Hello everyone, I am Joseph Sakala and welcome to this edition of Weekly Africa News. Starting with the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC Congo, there is chaos and destabilization in the city of Goma. Residents are busy protesting because of insecurities which are happening in the city. At least 4 people have been killed by gunmen this week. The city is under siege, which was implemented by the government last May. Authorities in Ghana have started clearing site of a major explosion, which resulted in 17 people dead and dozens injured. The explosion happened after a truck which was carrying explosions collided with a motorbike or a motorcycle. The explosives which were in the truck were being carried to a gold mine where they were supposed to be used in that area. The Vice President of Ghana, Mr. Muhammad Bumia, visited the site where the accident happened in the village of Apetit. The explosion created an enormous crater. Dozens of houses and buildings were also destroyed during the explosion. Antananarivo in Madagascar is facing a major crisis. At least 10 people have been reported to be killed or to be dead caused by the tenacious rains that has battered the country of Madagascar. According to Madagascar's internal ministry, they have said that most of these floods have occurred in the cities or neighborhoods which are very poor and have no drainage system. The floods are causing havoc. A lot of people's houses are being flooded. People cannot go to schools, people cannot go to work, and people cannot do anything because their households are full of water. The Ivorian Prime Minister has announced the launch of a vast social plan for the youths in the country. During the visit to the north of the country, the plan covers regions bordering Mali and Burkina Faso. In these sites where jihadists recruiting young youths of Ivory Coast. Now the minister says this kind of plan will keep the youth busy and they're going to be feel appreciated and respected in the community once they embark on a plan, on a social developmental plan, which is going to create more employment for the youth in that region. Instead of rushing to go and join these military jihadists, they'll be very much engaged with government dialogues and meetings to keep them busy and plan their future in a proper way. The visit to the town of Togo took place under heavy presence of security and military personnel. The Burkina Faso junta's leader, which oaths the president, has met with the former ministers and high-profile personnel in the country to urge them not to leave the country unless they get permission from the junta's leader. According to the sources cited by the AFP, he said that in all sectors the livelihoods of Burkinabe will be involved. They have shut down the borders and they have suspended the constitution in order to shun away from international condemnation. Now the Burkinabe junta, they are saying that they ousted the president or they did a coup because the president was reluctant or failed to support them in the fight against an insurgent of a military terrorist group called the jihadists. This is their justification to do a coup and oust the 64-year-old. The overthrown Burkinabe president, he just finished his first year of his second term in office. The Zambian president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, arrived on Wednesday in South Africa to discuss security and trade between the two countries. President Hichilema, he met with the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is currently the chair of the SADC region, on the matters of security, social development, and policies. This is the 9th trip that the Zambian president has made ever since he took office. Now the opposition leaders, they have come out and condemned the president, saying his abroad trips are necessary. Since seeing that Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, when he was on opposition, he condemned trips which were made by his predecessor, President Edgar Lungu. Zimbabwe's opposition leader, Mr. Chamisa, he has said that he's very optimistic of Zimbabwe changing government in next year's general elections. Mr. Chamisa lost slightly in a presidential election against President Emerson Mnangagwa in the last elections, which he said it was a stolen vote. Mr. Chamisa said that he has hope for Zimbabwe after seeing what happened in his neighboring country Zambia after they changed of government. He says that Zimbabweans must come together after seeing what is happening in the nation. They need to fix the country with the help of other countries in the SADC region. Zimbabwe has been ruled by the same political party ZANU-PF for over more than 42 years. Some roads in Malawi continue to be cut off, caused by a tropical storm Anna. People were climbing cars and trees in order to avoid being swept away by the raging waves. A lot of people are exhausted and traumatized. Malawi has never experienced such floods. They came from the coast of Madagascar, coming through Mozambique and entering into Malawi. This tropical storm Anna has caused a lot of damage in Malawi, and in a lot of cities, electricity has been cut off. This has been the Saturday News with Joseph Sakala. Please be kind enough to subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.